In today's episode, I'm talking to Natalia von Oertel, a customer success consultant based in Argentina. She's sharing her failures as a CSM and also failures as a CS leader. She's also giving us tips. What are her lessons learned and what not to do? What are the things we should avoid? So either you're a CSM or a CS leader, tune in to this really, really exciting conversation and hopefully you will get lots of tips of what to do instead. Hi everyone, this is Maria Scobe-Pillay and you're listening to Women in Customer Success podcast, the first women-only podcast where remarkable ladies of customer success share their stories and practical tools to help you succeed and make an impact. If you want to learn more about customer success, get career advice and be inspired, you're in the right place. So let's tune in. It is my great pleasure to welcome today's guest to the Women in Customer Success podcast. She is Natalia von Oertel, Customer Success Consultant. Nati, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Nati, let's get to know you a bit better. Tell us, where are you calling from? Where are you based?
I'm in Argentina, so in South America, where today is so cold the day. And I hope that people in the other side of the world, they are warmer than me today. So yeah, I'm very, very in the south of the world.
Very south of the world. So how far are you from the penguins down south?
Well, no, they're a little bit farther.
A little bit further. Okay.
I'm like in the middle in Buenos Aires, like in the same line than Sydney for people that is in the other side, literally. So we are in the middle. And then we have the south of the south, where we have the penguins and close to the Antarctic. But no, they are like 4 hours flying from here.
Oh gosh. Obviously, Argentina is huge. Okay, it's very cold in Argentina today. We got that. It's pretty warm and very sunny in London, which is,
sunny.
Finally, springtime is here. Now, one thing that I have to check with you, Nati, what's your favorite morning drink? Because I saw something before we pressed the record button, and I want to find out more about it. What are you drinking?
I love it. Thanks for that. So, I know that people in South America, maybe you know that, but this is a mate. You write it like mate, but it's mate. So it's like, I try to explain, Maria, it's literally like a green tea. But this one inside is not tea, it's yerba. And we drink it with a thermo, like this is warm water, not hot, it's warm. And the tricky thing, like you don't drink it alone, you share it with other people. We were discussing that it's weird because we share the straw.
So what's happening when you have business meetings and you offer people, would you like mate? No, would you like mate? Would you like coffee? What happens then with that straw? Now I'm getting a bit concerned. Tell me more.
Well, literally, if we go to the meeting together, people drink coffee in Argentina a lot. But if someone has a mate, like for me, I don't drink coffee. I just drink mate. And I have a mate, people will ask me like, oh, could you share mate? Of course I will. So also we share it with customers, with colleagues, of course with the family and friends. Imagine that if I share it with someone that I don't meet all the time, I share with my family. Yep, we share it all the time. And people enjoy. It's weird because, as I say, in COVID, it was like, we are not going to share this straw. But after COVID, we start to share it again. So nobody cares that we are sharing this straw. So yeah, we love it. I love it. I drink it a lot. And then when I travel, I try to go with my mate. So people abroad, they were like, what is that? It's mate. Would you like to try? No. I don't want to share the straw with you.
That's how we say hi. Hello, I'm Nati, and that's mate.
And that's
so
mate.
Cool. I'm going to look for it because I didn't know about it so far. And I had my normal green tea this morning as I just recently stopped drinking coffee completely, which is so weird for me. So now I need to find that mate and see what's the fuss about. I think it's going to be great. So thanks for sharing that, Natalie. Now, let's go into customer success, perhaps. Tell me, how did you end up being in customer success?
That's tricky. Like my background is connected to supply chain. So no connected at all. but I was managing customers, but more connected to operations and data and arrivals and goods moving across the world. And then when I moved to Australia, I started to work in a SaaS company, but connected to data driven. I was coaching in productivity to the engineers. And then I come back to Argentina and I joined a SaaS company that they were looking for people in customer experience with supply chain background, because it was a platform for supply chain department. So it was a perfect mix for me. And then the company was growing, and one time they were having an account manager, and then they created the customer success area and said, Nati, would you like to join? Sure. How I did the job, because I don't have idea how to be a success manager. And that's where the story begins. And that's why we are here today. And I opened the consultant company. But at the beginning, I was like, literally Google it, how to create adoption in customer. And if my customer in that period of the time are watching this, I'm so sorry. I was a terrible success manager. I was just driving adoption because of usage of the platform. No idea how to generate value. So thank you to all my customers that were pilots in my career. So I'm sorry for them.
Sweet. That's so sweet. However, you're saying, all I knew was, tracking adoption and help customers drive adoption. But, a few years ago, that was the main focus on customer success. Anyway, that's what everybody were doing. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, that you were doing what everybody else did.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I realized in that moment that my customer, I never got an attrition in that period. Thanks God. But I realized that I was not adding something. But the problem was, I didn't know how to solve it. And I remember that Diana, a leader in that moment, an account manager, shared a book with me. And I was reading the book, was so good. But explaining what is the role.
Book?
No.
Do you remember the book name? No, that's fine.
Because it's customer success basics. So there are plenty of books like that. But when I was reading the book, was explaining the role, but not how to do it. How I can do that in the practice. And then Salesforce hired me, and I learned everything from Salesforce. And then I realized how to really generate value. But at that moment, I was a disaster. I literally was a disaster.
Okay, now let's go into that. You said you didn't know how to deliver value previously, and then you started learning. So tell me more about the journey. Like, what are some of the wrong things that you realized you used to do? We are going to talk about more of your mistakes as a leader as well, because we learned the best through some failures and some mistakes. But yeah, that part, as you've been CSM and then you started doing like the right thing. What was that? How did the right thing look like?
Well, at the beginning it was testing. I'm sorry to everybody, but you have to practice. That's another. There's no just reading a lot and listen Nati. No, you need to practice. And the most failure was also when I moved to Salesforce, I was leading a team. So it was like, hey, I have to lead you. I will try to share all my mistakes, and then we will learn together how to do it in the right way. The first failure that we got is we were focusing still in just usage.
Just usage. Okay, so that was Salesforce, right?
Salesforce and Elementor when I was before. So at the beginning in the journey was just adoption, connected adoption just with usage. Monthly active user that, please don't make me wrong. We need those indicators, okay? It's not like, I don't care anymore. No way. You need it, but it's not enough, right? So the first mistake was just focusing on that. But then with the team, we realized that, okay, but how I can think about value? And that's the part where we need to start to understand how I can be a proactive and a strategic success manager, which is not easy. The other second mistake was that we are following support ticket. Because of course, the success manager is complicated role because you have a technical part and you have a commercial part. And that mix is so complicated to hire in the market, right? You are more technical or too commercial. So how you can have that mix.
As you mentioned, support tickets, that's one of the things that so many CSMs in the world still sometimes have to chase today, right? Somehow it's not in the job description, but you end up just doing it. Why do you think is the reason for that?
I guess
is it because that's really on top of mind for customers on every single day, just for that to be resolved? Or how would you approach it?
I guess you know why? It's because customers love to have a face. And when you're a customer success manager, it's a face and an email with a name and surname, or maybe just a name at something. It's like, why I will go to something at the scale when I have a real human behind the computer, and I have a customer that comes and says, Nati, I have a problem with a single sign-on.
Yeah,
I don't have idea why you have a problem with a single sign-on. Just open a ticket to support because literally I don't have idea. And it's like, you know that you have to go to support. Then we can talk about customer success at scale. That's different, right?
Yeah.
But when you have name account, when you have 20, 30 account, that is Natalia von Oertel at something. So in that period, the customer is used to go to you. And while we were trying with my team, like try smoothly move to them to support. Hey, did you open a ticket? No. Could you open a ticket? Share with me the ticket so I can in the backstage talk to the support team. Sometimes we did it, sometimes we didn't do it. No, doesn't matter. But the customer like, okay, I will open a ticket, but I'm fine. Nati and her team is going behind, so I have humans behind the support ticket.
That is just so good, because as very often, as much as you're trying to educate customers, and as you said, at the end of the day, they really know they should go to support, and they go, but they feel so much better. I told Nati about it.
I told her.
Now I'm covered. Like, there is so much trust, as you said, behind a name and the face. It's just wonderful, like how that relationship matters. And it works. Yes,
people trust me. It will work. It's still working today for me. Of course, at the beginning, it's just they call you and they open a ticket. Now, the customer open directly a ticket, and many of them, they never share the number with me because they are fine with support. And also because they know that I will not answer. So like, why I will send you that? Except there is something you share. Hey, Nati, could you escalate that? Hey, I cannot log in. Okay, I got it. You cannot log in. You cannot use the platform. Different with services, right? Today exists customer success for services and for product. Because customer success is not just for SaaS today. For that people, your journey is a little bit more complicated than that for SaaS company. But we need to work on that. And it's not easy at all, right? Like, it took me many months. I would like to say like almost a year, maybe, to convert my customer to go more to support and not just come with me. And many times I knew the answer. I knew it. I was like, I will not answer to them. Go to support, open a ticket.
Follow the process. Process is your friend.
And also a tricky message that I always say, you know what? Without a ticket, nobody will move. They need a ticket to track their job. Even though when they need to go to engineer team or product team, they open a ticket. Oh, so engineer team will follow me if I open a ticket. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
After I'm fighting with them, but they will do it.
Okay, Natalia, so you started as focusing on adoption, and then support tickets became such a big part of it. And we just spoke about why it's just the psychology of customers wanting to talk to a face and tell them, I have a support ticket. And then how did you realize what is the real value, and how do you even deliver real value to every different customer? Because very often that value means so many different things to different types of customers. Like, when was that breaking point when you realized, this is the right thing to do?
Well, that came when we started to removing our operative thing or reactive thing. Not 100%. We sometimes we need to have a look to the ticket, but you started to have more free time, and the customer were like, if I don't talk just with you about usage, And if you don't solve my ticket, what you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
And that's the second part. We start to understand how to generate value. And I love it of a success plan. People call it value mapping or success path. Doesn't matter the name that you want to put. It's okay. Put the marketing name that you want. But it's like you need to start to ask to your customer, what are the business objectives? And if you don't have the proper stakeholder, at least what is the operative business objective that person that you had in front think that the platform is helping them to meet that objective. And then we will talk a little bit how to go to that stakeholder that we want to meet, right? And then you have to match the capabilities of the platform, of you as a success manager, because sometimes we are an industry expert or we have the knowledge enough to share best practices in life. And match all that. Create workshop with the customer, online, virtual, like on-site, whatever, and match all that with those objectives. At the beginning, when you don't used to do it, it's quite robotic. Like, what are your objectives? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I guess that the platform can help you on that. And that's it. That's fine. At the beginning, it's fine. Then when you're used to do it, you start to asking the customer, but why? Why? No, because we want to increase in revenue. Why?
I love that, going more into why, because you need to help them almost understand like what they are doing with your platform, how does that help them and their customers, right? Everybody have customers that they have to serve.
Yeah.
Did you find that your customers almost struggle to put those objectives, right? You ask on that beginning of
the majority of the time.
What are your objective? And it's like,
I don't know. The majority of my customers say, because, for example, a platform that everybody knows, like Salesforce, right? Or any marketing platform that you have to send campaigns and all this, and publicity and all this kind of advertising. And they say, because we want to more leads. Of course you want more leads. Or maybe no, maybe you just want to share awareness of your brand. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so you don't know. All the time, I say why 4 times. And when the last 2 are the same, okay, I got it. You don't have more idea now. And sometimes they say, it's because of that. You don't want to lose market share. You want to reduce your cost. Always connected with money.
It's always down to the bottom line.
So yes. we need to needle that and say, okay, I got it. And if we don't have the right person, that's the second part that I learned. Work with the account executive. Work with sales team. I call my sales member, like my account executive in account, minimum 1 or 2 twice a week. And the reason of why, because if our role, proactive and strategic, we need to grow our account. Stop thinking on revenue, on renewal rate. Of course, we don't want attrition. But if you are thinking how I can grow and get the upselling and cross-selling of my customer, we are not a sales profile. We don't have a sales profile. That's why we choose customer success, because in theory, we don't like to sell. So you
have to sell constantly in a way.
Exactly. So who is better to work with you as a great partner that had that skill, because they are paying literally the salary is to sell, that your account executive, salesperson, whatever the name that you put to that person that is the commercial area, I talk to them like literally 1 or twice a week and at least once a quarter. I don't do that. I call them every week. So, hey, I'm proposing this to the customer. Okay, I got it. Because the person that we close the opportunity many times is the salesperson.
Yep.
In some organization, is that? Yeah, depending on how the organization is. Yeah, I got it. In that case, start to learn how to sell. But if you got the opportunity to work with sales team, they are my best friend. I love them. I literally love them. So that's the other thing.
Today's episode is brought to you by Vitally, the all-in-one customer success platform. Take a qualified demo with the Vitally team and get a free pair of AirPods. Vitally maximizes the productivity, visibility, and collaboration of your customer success team, helping to increase NRR and streamline operations. With Vitally, your team can focus on the tasks and work that matter, while powerful automation takes care of the routine stuff. See why Vitally is trusted by leading B2B customer success teams. Visit vitally.io/women today to schedule your demo and get your AirPods. And I really love that how you're emphasizing the partnership, because it's being a co-pilot. You can't do it by yourself, and you both will have just different insights about the customers. As you said, if you're not working with the proper contact, salesperson should have had it. They probably
help you
mapping, yes, and you should hopefully doing together. I remember some of my best, EBRs or QBRs ever as a CSM was when you're working so closely with sales, and then you both appear, you both go on site or even virtual. It's such a different dynamic, and the customer appreciates. Oh, yeah, you both are here.
Team.
Yeah, I have a
faces.
team. Like,
I have
important. No, that's awesome. And thanks for also sharing that your strategy. You're almost using the fishbone technique, right? The 5 why, and then you stop on 4 because they don't know what else to say. But it's so crucial. Help customers with their objectives. Go always drill down and ask those more why questions, and why questions on a different way, right? So it's not only why. Like, it's not counseling in that way, but you're just helping them come to the same conclusion. I love those strategies. And then you came to understand what is that real value for them and what you can do for them. And Natalia, what I also want to find out from you, I love the conversation about those mistakes and failures and what didn't work well. Tell me about you as a leader. Like, what were some of the biggest failures or mistakes that you have done as a CS leader that you wish people listening would really avoid and learn from your mistakes?
Yeah, well, when I was a leader before for professional services, and then I moved to the leadership of customer success, when I also was learning about customer success properly. And I remember my team wanted to be promoted very fast. They were like around 20 something, and they were so talented. And of course, at any company, you cannot promote everybody. So I remember they were trying to have like a checklist. If I do this, I got a promotion. No. But I'm doing everything right. And my main mistake at the beginning was trying to create that checklist for them. And then I created that feeling that, okay, if I do all that, so I'm done. Okay, no, you're not done. But you told me that if I do all these tips, like speak slowly, manage my speed, ask why, and be proactive with my customer, move the tickets to support and not just me, why I'm not promoted. Okay, and I remember staying at home alone. It was middle of the pandemic, and we have a lot of time. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And after thinking, hey, the checklist is not enough, I remember another leader said, Nati, they need hours of flying, like a pilot. I said, what?
But it's so interesting you mentioned that, because, okay, I'm not labeling, I'm not talking about Generation Z, what is written out there about them and work. But I think that there is that notion out there that, I've been in my role for 9 months, 12 months. Where's my promotion? It's almost as people feel entitled to get promoted as soon as they, have 2 quarters under their belt. But then it's about setting expectations, right? Firstly, yeah, you can be amazing. Perfect. Carry on being amazing. It is your job to do it. on the most amazing way you can.
Yeah.
Carry on doing it. It's great. It's awesome. Not everybody can be promoted. Even if you have 3 amazing CSMs at the moment that could be promoted, only likely one of them could be promoted next time. You can't give promotions every few months, right? Because
They will fire me as a leader.
Yeah.
You're so expensive. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Like there are budgets associated to promotions. That's why sometimes it's happening only once or twice per year in companies. Like there are processes. So people just thinking, oh, I've done my job so well. I got so good feedback last 2 quarters. Yeah, carry on doing it. That doesn't mean now you should stop because you're not getting promoted. The time will come, right? And sometimes it's the company. If the company doesn't grow very quickly, well, sorry, we can't promote you. So that's one of your mistakes, right? You've been trying to help them promote.
Yeah, totally. And how I solve it is like, I started to do some shadowing. I was joining the meetings with my team, all right? Telling to the customer I wasn't the manager. I was a team member that was learning because I don't want to bias the customer because the member of my team was already biased because I was there. I was just taking notes. And then after the meeting ended, I just called the person and say, you know what, you need to work on this, more in the soft stuff. And that's more complicated, right? And it was hard because my agenda exploded. But it was 2 months doing that then I start to just talking to my team member about, I like to tell them colleagues, to start working with them just in business stuff. Hey, now the conversation in our one-on-one is more connected to how we can grow the account. It's more connected to business, to strategic. So it's not anymore a checklist. And they were sharing situation that they were having the customer, how I can handle this. And that was easy for me. Then you have sometimes the member that they still want to the promotion, and it's obvious. But we were talking about business. So at the beginning was checklist, wrong. No. Then was shadowing. So I got more soft and qualitative things to share with them in reality, not just what I think, right? And then moving our one-on-one to talk about how you are going to grow the account. And there, when you see when they have the gap, because they are learning, I got the gap. I cannot remember my manager taking that conversation when I started, like, was gap. No answers at all. How are you going to grow your account? No idea. I have to Google it. So, and that's in how I working with the team. And today also with senior people, they converse how we are growing your account. No idea. Did you talk with your account executive? No. Why? What? I don't know. Wait, call him or call her.
No, and that goes on the checklist. I love your idea about the checklist. You know why? Well, people sometimes just need structure. So if they carry on doing things based on the checklist, it helps them when they learn, right? Especially when they are in maybe first 12 months in the role. It's so good to be able to follow something, which doesn't mean they're promotion material. They are just doing the basic of the job, right? And then I love how you turn it all into growing the account, because that's where you want to go. So it's a good idea, actually, start almost putting some checklists. Like when you want to grow account, what do you do firstly? Talk to your sales people. What else would you put there in the checklist? Like for CSMs listening, take notes. We won't actually create a checklist for you, but take notes. What Natalia is saying.
I guess that first is going to be try to create your success plan. That's first. Because that will train them also to start the why. And match that why and the objective with the capabilities. Then
Tell me for a second, for success plan, what are the main things you would include there? You already said the objectives, and how the why exercise. What else?
Yeah. And the success plan is just that game, right? Is that play. Objectives and each capability, right? How it match. And sometimes one capability, let's put it in an example. Hey, I got a marketing platform and I want to have more leads because I would like to grow in market share. because I'm a new brand and I want to grow the brand. So I want to use marketing to create awareness, plus get more leads because I need to gain more market share. And of course, I want more money.
Yeah, of course.
So the capability, you have the platform to do the emails, of course, but the automation, and then maybe you have AI to recommend how to create those campaigns, and then you have all the dashboard to work on that, and then we have experts in the company that maybe we can do a workshop with your team to how to sell better in your email. So that's not capability of the feature. So another checklist that you have to include in your success plan, not just the feature of the platform, they are resources that you have in the company. Could be you, that maybe you are an expert, maybe you came with a background in Elementor. I came from supply chain. I have a lot of knowledge to share about supply chain. But sometimes I learned that, hey, I have people from marketing. I can bring my own marketing people to tell you how they think to create a campaign using our own platform. I used to go to our UX team and say, hey, would you like to work with the UX team of my customer and share how we use our own platform in UX?
Very good idea.
That you should include in your success plan. Not think about my first mistake at the beginning. Just use it. People around you. Remember, customers love to see faces. So put people in your own company that can help you to share. I don't know if it's best practices, but hey, what is happening this in real life?
It is best practices because they want you, in a way, they expect you to provide a platform, which you do, but they do expect all of that best practices and thought leadership. Whatever you can provide for them, it's awesome. That means they are not on their own, just using the platform.
Yeah. Other thing that I will include in the checklist. And again, remember that we are working with customers. They are human. They change every day. So that's why the checklist doesn't work all the time. So it's not a process. It's a human in the other side. And then work with sales team. If you don't have the connection with the sales team, talk with the manager of that team. Then work with product. If you are in a SaaS company, please work with product team. At least once a quarter, have a meeting to share what the customer is happening. I talk with product team every week.
Yeah,
every week. Because I'm not an expert of the product. I'm not a developer. So I want to learn why we are creating this. What is the pain that we are here to solve, to share with the customer? And sometimes I ask them to join a call with the customer. That's not easy. They don't like to talk to the customer.
But when they do, it's incredible for them. They love it so much.
They love it. And that's part of our role of a strategic profile in customer success. We are not just matching features and capability of our platform. We are bringing you more things to generate and contribute to that value. And when the customer has to choose why this platform or this one, but in this one I have a Nati that she's thinking of me about how everything that she has can help me. Some days Nati with the expertise and the platform and the product team and the sales account executive doing a QBR. And also, this is all the time, Nati is connecting me with another customer to share stories and pain points.
I love that part the most.
When the competitor came, you don't have a choice.
Bye-bye, you don't have
me. Yeah. That's our role. They pay us for that. Not just to share how to use a platform and how many features you are using. That's fine. We need it. But it's not enough in our work. It's very basic.
Yeah. I just love how you put all of those strategies together because it is... there's so much conversations, being multi-threaded, do this, do that. But at the end of the day, it's all in theory. It's just, as you said, you're putting faces in front of customers. You showcase them how you care about them in the way because you are pulling those internal resources. Basically, you're communicating with them, making internal case. You're doing so much to get them in front of them on that call. And that means a lot. And they know that they are supported with you and your whole ecosystem and not not just the platform, because there are way too many platforms in the world already. They can easily pick another one tomorrow, but they can't pick another Nati tomorrow.
Yeah.
I love these failures. Do you have any advice for aspiring customer success leaders, given some of your mistakes and good stuff,
Last week, I was listening at X4 Michelle Obama. And she said, like, we don't come here alone, right? And I feel that my big mistake was thinking that I have to solve it or resolve it alone. And that's not true. So you have to create community, not just with other success managers. Work with other people in the company that you are working on. Work with sales, work with marketing, with the SDR. Nobody talk to the SDRs. So talk to product team. And of course with your peers, right? But we have to stop to think that a success manager is a role that you have to develop alone. Customer success is a culture. And a culture needs more people, not just you. And you need a community inside your company. So that's my only recommendation. Don't think that you have to create how I can create value for this customer alone. Create an account planning with your account executive, your solution engineer, whatever the team that you have. It doesn't matter how big or small your company. Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. That's my only suggestion.
That's a wonderful suggestion. And also, don't try to be jack of all trades, or don't try to be the only hero for your customers. Like, who cares? Like, no, just, I really loved how you say build that community around your customer, like build community with people you work with. That's wonderful. Rather than having a blame culture or trying to point mistakes, this is such a wonderful mindset to have. Thank you for sharing with us, Nati.
Thank you.
Tell me, where can listeners find you online? What's the best way to connect?
I prefer to use LinkedIn. So you can find me like Natalia von Oertel. So literally you can see my name. So I share content every week, and I'm planning to do some coffee talks so people can talk each other. We are feeling the same. And again, we are not here alone. So I prefer the LinkedIn is the best resource. Oh, also, you can go to my website, nativenoertel.com, but LinkedIn is fine.
We'll include both links in the show notes. I just hope that when you will have those coffee talks, that you will have mate or mint.
Of course. It's coffee talk because it's for whole Latin America, but the mate will be with me.
Mate is ready. Natalie, this was so wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you, Maria. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for listening. Next week, new episode. Subscribe to the podcast and connect with me on LinkedIn so you're up to date with all the new episodes and the content I'm curating for you. Have a great day and talk to you soon.